Coming up at 6, the latest on recovery efforts in South Florida from Hurricane Ian.
Plus, 135 years in the making. FAMU celebrates Founders Day. We'll take you there coming up. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are kicking off the 6 o'clock hour, and I think we're feeling good this morning.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Yeah, terrific Tuesday.
Starting to catch a rhythm here.
That's right.
Okay, good. All right.
The weather helps, you know. It kind of, that
so
coolness kind of hits you.
it helps perk you up a little bit.
Yes.
When it's all hot and humid, you're like, yeah.
Right.
And if it's too cold, then you're like,
right.
I get you. Let's see what we got going on out there with the weather forecast for today on what should be another day full of the good stuff. 52 in Bainbridge, 53 in Valdosta, it's 56 in Tallahassee. Perry's checking in at 57, so is Live Oak. Apalachicola, one of the warm spots at 58 this morning. I don't see much on the radar picture anywhere along the Gulf Coast or in the southeast, and I do not think we're going to find much over the next several days anywhere along the Gulf Coast or in the southeast. Instead, lots of dry, lots of sunny, lots of comfortable. We may even start to notice those afternoons warm up a little bit. Yesterday we got to like 82. I think today something in the same ballpark, but it will start to get a little warmer tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. But if you are looking for rain chances, and I know a lot of us are, Mother Nature doesn't seem to want to help out there. I've got nothing in the rain column anytime soon. I'll break it all down, full forecast, in just a few minutes.
We begin in Cook County, where we now know the high school's resource officer, Captain Terry Arnold, has died. The school says Arnold had a heart of gold and will truly be missed. Counselors will be available this morning for students or faculty who need to talk with someone. As of now, there is no word on his cause of death.
Turning our attention to the continuing coverage of Hurricane Ian's devastation in South Florida. In DeSoto County, Arcadia residents are calling for help. Historic amounts of water burying roadways and trapping people. As Katie Benty reports, help is on the way.
Riding across Peace River, I've seen more than a dozen boats fully stocked with supplies and heading out to distribution centers, where residents on different sides of Arcadia are virtually trapped because the water is just too high to cross right now.
Mobile homes peeking out of floodwaters.
I've never ever seen it like this.
It's just the tip of the iceberg for Arcadia residents.
We don't know from one day to the next what we're going to do.
The devastation Hurricane Ian left behind is an upsetting reality.
I'm very depressed. I'm very, it's really hard. I've never seen, my town is destroyed. I've never seen it this way.
Those on the west side are hitting water at every turn.
Can't get that way, we're just boxed.
Leaving them no choice but to wait out the floods, which could take weeks.
It's stressful. Everybody here is under stress.
But first responders and volunteers from across the country are stepping in to help, bringing the necessities where land meets water and handing them out to anyone in need.
If it wasn't for you people here, we would seriously be in trouble.
And through these troubling times, neighbors say it's brought them closer.
I'm going to take the food that you give us here to my pastor, and he came over this morning to help me get my refrigerator going. So everybody's helping each other here, and I think that's the way it should be.
Even those who lost it all say there's always a silver lining if you look for it.
I have 2 dogs and a cat, and everybody's fine. So the real thing is you're safe. That's all that counts. That's all that counts. All of these possessions and so on, they just don't count anymore.
Holding tight to what they do have and taking things one day at a time.
I spoke with officials at the distribution sites who say things are going to be pretty fluid throughout the week because they aren't sure when they'll be getting supplies or just how much they'll be getting. Reporting in Arcadia, I'm Katie Benty. Back to you.
I love the resilience and the positivity coming out of a terrible situation. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to take you to Englewood, Florida, where one family is struggling to find medicine for their child. Now, Franklin County Sheriff A.J. Smith and deputies are in South Florida delivering supplies donated from the public. In total, 3 semi-trucks full of supplies making the trip to Lee County.
And if you're looking for a way to financially help those to our south who are struggling in the wake of Hurricane Ian, Gray TV, the parent company of WCTV, is teaming up with the Salvation Army. Just text STORM to 51555. You can also donate to the Florida Disaster Fund. If you would like to contribute to this official private fund established to provide financial assistance, all you have to do is go to floridadisaster.org, or you can text the word disaster to 20222. Again, that's text disaster to 20222. Well, 6:05 now. Florida A&M celebrating its 135th birthday yesterday. University President Dr. Larry Robinson marking Founders Day with a wreath-laying ceremony. Students also singing Lift Every Voice and Sing while paying tribute to historic names who paved the way for today's FAMU. Dr. Robinson says this was a time for students and the community to reflect on the challenges and successes of the university during the past 135 years.
We have gone through some really tough times in this state. This used to be a slave plantation. And if you think about it in that context, here we are, the highest ranked public historical black college in the nation, 103 among national public institutions. It's an amazing story that FAMU has to tell, right? And I'm really proud to be a part of it.
Dr. Robinson says one of the big takeaways from yesterday is how many students came to participate, as they will be the next generation of people responsible for carrying on the Founders Day tradition.
In Lowndes County, proper disposal of old tires is important because laying around they could become a fire and a health hazard.
That's why community leaders are coming together for an event that will get rid of them for you. Mackenzie Petrie has more.
Recycling saves energy and natural resources. Since 2018, Lowndes County and City of Valdosta Public Works Departments put together this event to help clean up their community.
Lowndes County and the City of Valdosta noticed discarded items across county roads, right-of-ways, and ditches, and realized that we needed to implement a tire recycling event.
Tires must be regular car or truck tires and off-rim. If you don't recycle your tires, they could end up illegally dumped, costing the city or county thousands of dollars to remove.
I think the environmental fees between $5 and $10 a tire. Well, another thing that no one really thinks about is mosquito control, because a lot of times you have tires in the backyard behind the, your little storage building. They collect water and things like that, and that will harbor mosquitoes.
County leaders tell me this is a part of a beautification project that goes on between the city and county throughout the year.
Throughout the last few years, we've had over 5,000 tires recycled at any time. So it's a huge event. It gets the tires off of our roadways, right-of-ways, and out of our rivers, which is super important.
It just kind of helps with the litter, and then anyone that has tires that they would like to dispose of, this is a great way for them to do it free.
County and city leaders cannot come pick up the tires, but you can drop them off free of charge at 1017 Murder Street until October 14th.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
So we start on the day planner, got lots of numbers way back down in the 50s. Wouldn't surprise me if a couple of our spots to the north get maybe a little bit cooler than that. This afternoon, we're likely going to get just up over 80 in a lot of areas, but not everybody. So even with the sunshine and the dry air in place, the air itself is nice and cool, and it's going to stay that way. So another comfortable day on tap, another comfortable night on tap, and more of the same again tomorrow. Now, if you are looking for some rain, and I know a lot of us are, it's been a couple of weeks, I think it's going to be at least several days more before we get any real chances. Nothing on the satellite radar composite screen, not around here, really not across a big chunk of the eastern United States. You've got the remnants of Ian in the northeast still bringing rain up there, but that's it. Down this way, nothing new that would bring us any rain chances. I still see that 50 in Blakely. It's 51 now at Camilla. Bainbridge, Quincy, Thomasville, all 52. Valdosta, 53. A little warmer in Perry and Live Oak where it's 57. The futurecast, a whole lot of nothing. Maybe a couple of puffy white clouds passing by. That's all. I think we will notice a little bit of a breeze at times, just supporting that drier air. So rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday out of the forecast. There'll be a boundary trying to get here on Friday. I don't think it's going to have any moisture to work with, so we're likely going to keep the rain chances near nil then too. Here's a peek at the forecast for the next couple of days. Lots of sunshine. Starting to get a little warmer in the afternoons tomorrow and Thursday, but still clear and comfy in the overnights.
Officials in Florida say the recovery in some areas could take years following Hurricane Ian. I'm Cristian Benavides in Fort Myers East, likely one of those areas where houses and businesses were lifted from their foundations.